Aheeee Vaka, hinnooo. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nzala Mama Cindy and you're most welcome, Wanamani. Yes, if you're watching me for the first time, welcome Wanamani. My name is Nzali. You can call me Nzalama, you can call me Nza. You can call me literally whatever you want. I want to quickly encourage you and say please do hit the subscribe button because we really do serve up some awesome and wholesome content in here. I'm starting this intro. I'm driving. Very quick intro today. It's a Sunday. I'm actually going to Lungi's place for our car chit chat. So this week's edition of car chit chat I feature Lungile Bambo. So Lungi and I met back in 2014-15. Yes, so 2015 I think, if I'm not mistaken, or 2014. I just can't remember when I started my graduate program. Yeah, I think 2014. So I was in a graduate program at Standard Bank. That's where literally I started my career as a UX designer. So prior to my graduate program, I was actually working as a graphic designer, and I've told you guys the story before, but I think I probably need to do like an updated get to know me. Yeah, so Lungi was one of the senior designers. So her and my sister, older sister Imelda, you guys remember her, are actually peers and they're actually friends. I think they met at Standard Bank, I can't remember, but you know, they were sort of like the leaders and the people that we looked up to when I was doing my graduate program. And then so a few years later, and it's something that I always say, take care of your relationship and nurture them as much as possible. Even if you don't see someone for years, always make sure that you do not burn bridges, because literally that's what I do. Every person that I meet and that I connect with, I always make sure that I keep a good relationship with them. You'll never know, you'll never know when or how you'll need a person in your life, right? So and then fast forward to 2023, and Lungi and I obviously have always kept in contact, but we are not friends. We are more like, she's like my older sister. I even call her my boss because she's such a boss lady. So we've always had each other's contact details on WhatsApp, and we would chat now and then. And also she owns a business that's called Gelideli. This is what I'm wearing, actually, like it's part of the range. Yeah, it's a company that makes clothes. It's an online boutique store. So she's got a website, she's also got an Instagram page. So she sells beautiful clothes, and obviously she's going to tell us about it in this car chit chat. So yeah, I say in life everyone needs a mentor, sponsor, and a coach. I might not have all three at once, but I definitely do have sponsors and coaches and like people who mentor me, in different places. And I just feel like Lungi in my life, she plays like a role of like a sponsor. So she sort of like mentions my name in rooms that I'm not even part of. I think it's something that we should never be ashamed of, to say, you know what, I had a sponsor, I had someone mention my name and mention good things about me, and that is how I got a job, or that is how I was able to land in positions that maybe without them I wouldn't have been able to land into. So yeah, without me talking too much, so I'm currently at her, going to her place. Yeah guys, let us go to Lungi's house. I hope I'm not getting lost. I need to GPS now, and then I'll talk to you guys when I'm with her. Okay, bye. House, there she is. Woo! Is that for me?
You must put in the effort.
No, like honestly, you look so good.
Thank you.
I actually didn't think you'd make it because I saw yesterday you were
No.
having fun.
Paddle was actually on Friday. Not
Okay.
yesterday.
Alright.
Hi everyone.
Hi guys, this is Lungi. Guys, we're here with Lungi.
How do you know we're visible?
And not trust me.
Okay, let me trust you. You can reverse.
Trust me. Trust the process. I'm so excited.
Thank you for having me.
Guys, let me tell you, Lungi, I I met
Zali,
Lungi.
yes. Oh my God, actually.
Yeah,
Actually.
yeah. So I met Lungi when I was a little graduate, and Lungi, guys, was this fabulous lady who didn't talk to us. I'm joking. Which way? Left.
No,
Go
go
straight.
straight. Go straight, and then we're gonna turn left at the top.
Lungi was this fabulous lady who always wore the nicest clothes, and I used to ask myself, where does she buy the clothes? Like, why? You always look so nice. Like, so you've always been this person.
I guess I have. Well, not always, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think I've always been that person.
Yeah, but like on a serious note, so I met Lungi. It was 2015 or 2014, I can't remember. But I was a graduate. I was in a graduate program, and you were like one of the senior UX designers. And then what happened? Did we? Yeah, but I guess also because now you were my sister's friend, right, Imelda?
Yes.
So then I also got a little bit of preview of the high people, because obviously, you know, my sister is part of the team. But I think, Lungi, I've never told you this before. You're like one of the people I really look up to. Like,
Okay.
I really look up to you. So I thought maybe today is the day I tell you
Yeah.
and I confess.
Oh wow. Okay.
But do you want us to do maybe like a quick intro of who you are?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. We can do a quick intro, and thanks for that compliment.
Yeah.
I suppose. I always get so shy when people compliment me. Don't know how to respond. Okay. Thanks. Okay. So I'm from Durban. From a family of 4 kids and obviously 2 parents, my mom and dad.
Yes.
I have 2 brothers, 1 sister, and yeah, man, we just we used to live like your normal township life with a dad who was a
Gonjo, where in KZN are you from?
Mlazi,
yeah.
Babibi. That's the section that I'm from. Yeah, we just like we had a normal life with parents who were working. My dad was a detective. My mom was a nurse. It just where did we
Should I go straight?
Yeah, straight.
Yeah.
Where did we fit in? It was like in terms of the scales. Where did we fit in actually?
Yeah. I mean, if your mom is a nurse and your dad is a detective, you're probably rich.
No, we were
At
not
that
rich. We were not rich, but yeah, we were somewhere in the middle.
You were like cheese girls and boys.
Not okay, well, we weren't raised as cheese girls and boys, but
because your dad was quite strict.
He was very strict.
Yeah.
So so the environment, the environment we grew up did not allow that. But yeah, man, I went to school. Firstly, Mlazi, Standiwe, and then I went to Maud Park High School. Where I matriculated, and then
Is that like a former Model C school?
Yeah,
like one of those.
Yeah, it's one of those.
Okay.
And then I went on, studied at LMB campus. I did my diploma in multimedia and digital graphic design.
Multimedia, stand up!
So yeah, man. After completing my diploma, moved to Joburg, and I moved to Joburg to start working. I mean, initially I had wanted to work for an ad agency because you get a really nice foundation in terms of design. At an ad agency, but unfortunately it didn't work out that way. I started my career at a very small web design agency, but it was the perfect. Things just worked out perfectly in that sense, because I think that's how I got to where I got to, which is a space that I really love. Yeah, man. I don't know how far you want to go with this.
No, that's perfect. So, I mean, you studied the multimedia and digital design.
Yeah.
And then you wanted to work for an ad agency as a designer.
Yes.
Okay, not like... Okay,
as a designer.
All right. The job that you finally got, was that like your first job?
That was my first job. At a web design company.
But what did you love about that job that you?
It's the exposure that I got, right? So that I didn't think I wanted at the time. So I had to understand a little bit of coding at the time.
Yes, because it was like a web.
Yeah, because it was web design, so I understand coding. So there's no developer that's
gonna mess it up.
lie to
Exactly.
me and tell me like a simple change will take a couple of days. Where I know very well how code works.
Yeah,
it's just good.
So guys, like in our experience as designers, and a lot of people always ask like, what does a UX designer do, or like a web designer do, or a graphic designer do? And I think maybe those different careers, sometimes people confuse them. So it's just like, you're a designer, you designing you know, but now then you're talking about code, and then you're talking about like, maybe we can go into like sort of like the design that you started with, and then the design sort of like level that you are at, right? The design that you do
doing
now. Like
now.
What is the difference?
Oh my gosh. Worlds apart.
Yes,
worlds
exactly.
apart. So so
wait, before we go there, do you get offended when people call you a graphic designer?
No, I don't, because they don't. I understand that people don't know what we do.
Okay,
so
all right, okay.
They can call me anything.
I'm
far from So the design I used to do back then, I think when I started, it would be you know, like your layout of a website. I'll do a lot of banners, a bit of animation, here and there. Back in the day, we used to use a software called Dreamweaver.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember.
Yes,
do you remember?
I do.
I
love Dreamweaver as well.
So I would just build basic websites, just your HTML and JavaScript websites. Just a simple layout, and then build a functioning website. That's what I used to do back then. Now it's completely different. I'm in the product design space, from a digital banking product design space, to be specific. My function, it's actually worlds apart. Let me just give you maybe like a progressive. So how I started, so I work in banking. So how I started there, I worked as a UX designer. So UX designer, really, you're looking at the user experience of you know, whatever digital platform that you're building at that moment. So making sure that it's really aligned to people's mental model. People know how to use it. You test it.
You always explain it better than me.
Am I explaining
what you're saying? Yes.
Yeah. Just to make sure that you're aligned to people's mental models. And the product does it what it's meant to do. Sometimes you do find dark patterns in there, so where we trick people to do certain things using designs. So there's a lot of psychology that is involved in there. So that's what I moved into. So from building, so just designing your basic website without thinking about, you know, what the end user sees, how they interact with the platform. And then there was now the second layer of UX, where we really went into the detail of how we wanted people to experience our product. And now I look after the service design function, service design and research function in our business, which is another layer, I would say, from just another layer that matures your customer experience or your user experience from a digital platform usage perspective. So there we look at the end-to-end servicing of our clients, not only from a digital perspective, but from the time the client actually thinks of joining our bank as a client to the time we service and offboard them if we need to offboard. Hopefully we don't. So that's what I do at a high level, at a very high level, because I'll take up the entire vlog if I have to explain.
Just the one thing, like service design. Like when it comes to, a lot of people like ask me a lot about how did you get the job, how did you get into it, like, and I always want to like question the notion of, especially like when I'm talking to someone like you who's like, you know, sort of like worked ever since you've been out of varsity. Does it take luck? Does it take perseverance? Does it take, like, what does it take for like a young person to actually land their dream job?
Okay, so in our world, it's definitely not luck. Your portfolio will speak for you.
Oh yes.
So in our world, we work with portfolios. So I definitely don't think it takes luck. It does take a lot of work and perseverance and a lot of practice, because in our space, you really have to practice, and it's a skill, man. You have to groom it and really be good at what you do for you to land that job. But you also have to be very, now I'm getting into the specifics of the job, but I don't think the question was really around the specifics of the job, but I do think I've answered it.
Yes, yeah,
to
you
a certain
have,
degree.
to a certain degree,
But
yes.
yes, you also just need to think outside the box. Just show that you think differently from other people. You put in that effort, you go that extra mile. So that would lend you, I suppose, your dream job.
Sponsor, coach, mentor. Do you think you're any of those, or do you even have any of those? I know the reason why I'm asking is because usually when people sort of like get into a level, how many years experience do you have, Lungi?
A lot.
Like a lot. It's like a lot of years.
It's over 15 now.
Yeah, over 15 years.
Yeah.
You hear, oh yeah. Sorry. Thank you so much.
Can you put your stuff here? Can I take it out?
We've got our drinks.
Yay! Let me grab mine.
Food spills on your white dress.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, man.
I guess the question I'm asking is sponsor, mentor, coach. Is that something everyone needs?
I absolutely do think we need at least one of those.
Yeah.
Especially a sponsor. I can't tell you how important it is to get yourself a sponsor who's gonna speak on your behalf in rooms where you're not present.
Yes.
That has done so. I have a very supportive manager who's done that for me, and I'm so grateful.
Yeah.
Because she has just elevated me to a place where I didn't think I actually would get to.
Yeah.
To a place where I feel like I'm respected in the business because of the stuff that she would say in rooms where I'm not present.
Yeah.
So a sponsor, I highly recommend.
Yeah.
And obviously I would say a career coach, and I've never had one, by the way. I'm looking for one currently, because now I think I kind of have a very good view of where I want to go in terms of my next steps in my career. So I needed to find the right coach who's in that space. For me, I know you can get someone who's in any space, but for me, I needed someone who's a specialist in the particular area that I wanted to move into. So
I think when it comes to sponsors, I think also you have been my sponsor.
Yes. I sponsored this girl.
No, she really sponsors me, even with clothes, guys.
Yeah, never mind the clothes.
But like, even in the space that I'm in corporate, like Lungi is one of my, and you know, guys, sometimes a sponsor, it's not someone, you don't have to ask them, ne? You don't have to actually ask someone and say, hey, can you be my sponsor? Someone who just believes in you. Someone who just believes in you and be like,
But you need to give them a reason to believe in you.
Exactly, that's true. That's true. I mean, you can't just be, But Lungi. So I think for me, what I love is that the fact that you've had another woman sponsor you, right? And then now you also sponsoring other women, and I know for sure I'm not the only one. For me, I think that is just like an important thing, especially when you're in corporate and where you find all the dudes looking out for themselves and doing all of that.
It's a boys' club out there.
Yeah, it's a boys' club. So I think it's such an important conversation, and I don't think people talk about it enough. To say, you don't go out there and ask for it, but it's quite important. But would you think it's more important than having a mentor?
I think they're equally important, right? So if you have a sponsor, they will speak on your behalf, but you also, so they make your life easier in a way. If you have a mentor, they'll mentor you, but you still have to do a lot of work. You still have to speak to those stakeholders, whereas a sponsor would have, spoken on your behalf almost. So I think they're equally important. They both they complement each other, and they just play different roles.
What do you say when people come to you and be like, can you be my mentor?
I struggle with it, and I struggle with it because I think I might be at that level. The thing is self-doubt, and what do you call it? There's another word.
Imposter syndrome.
That's the word. it really holds you back.
Yeah.
Especially where people actually see the potential, and where now you have this imposter syndrome that just holds you back from so many things. I've suffered from it quite a lot, and I'm working on it now. It's a work in progress. So I think maybe if you had asked me the same question last year, I would have told you absolutely not. Like, I'm not interested in being anyone's mentor or coach. But I think now I'm open to it. It's something that I would definitely do.
Yeah. I mean, I've had people come to me and be like, especially after, you know, in a conversation like this, and be like, hey, I want to get into your course. I guess I struggle with, like, how do I become someone's mentor? Do I then have to set up time and, like, programs and, like,
the thing is, you would know if you've been mentored before. Maybe
Yeah.
that's where our struggle comes from, because we haven't really been mentored.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm good with sponsoring, because I've been sponsored, so I know how to sponsor people. But when it comes to mentoring, I'm just like, I'm not sure. But I think now, especially with the junior guys, I'm very much open.
Then another thing is that then where do you get time to do all of this? So maybe can we also just talk a little bit about Gelideli and the work that you do there? So I think when did it start? Which year?
Shucks, I was seeing some posts from Facebook the other day from 10 years ago now.
Oh my goodness,
So Gelideli was already up and running. I think it's about 11 years now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So how I started the business is I used to dress up quite well at the office, as you put it. And then I had a couple of ladies who would ask me to start shopping for them when I go shopping for myself.
Oh, yes.
Then I was like, oh, okay, cool. Can I open the window slightly?
It's a little bit hot. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I would then start shopping for them. Eventually I was like, hey, maybe one day I should start making things for these people, because, you know, why not? And at the time I used to work in the CBD, and you know, in the CBD there's a lot of fabric shops, and there's a lot of tailors around town. So one day during my break, I think I had 150 rands.
Oh my goodness.
I went to, I think Ikamakoti, that's the name of the store, and I bought fabric. At the time, those African print skirts were quite popular.
The high-waisted ones.
Those
with
high-waisted, the flare.
We're gonna put the picture.
I actually still have the first one. I have a picture of the first one that I made, actually. So I bought that fabric, and then I walked around. I saw a lady making curtains. I think she was making curtains or deco stuff. I don't remember. I walked in there and I showed her a picture of what I wanted her to make for me, and she made the skirts for me. The skirt was big on me. Then I gave it to my sister.
Your little sister?
Yes, my little sister. She wore it and she posted it on her Facebook. People liked it.
Oh, yes.
And I started sharing that post, and people wanted to buy the skirts, and I just started making those skirts. Nzali, I would make so many of those skirts.
Oh my goodness, the pleated skirts now.
The flare skirts. So maybe a week, I would have about 30-40 skirts that I needed to make.
Orders.
So
then you kept going back to that lady?
Yes, I just kept going back to that lady and making more skirts. And that's how my business started. I just started making skirts. And then I'm forgetting how, but I ended up meeting one of the ladies, Unto Zintle. You probably know her.
I think
I think she used to work in clothing manufacturing, because she connected me with a lady who she used to work with, who now had her own factory. And then I went to this lady. I started diversifying my product now and making different. Instead of just making the pleat skirts, I started making different things. And then my business just grew.
And you moved. So it basically started as an online business.
Yeah, it started as an online business, just via Facebook, and then I think initially Instagram, and then I built my website from there. And then it just blossomed, and then I opened my showroom in Auckland Park. A lot of people remember that. The space just got too small for us, and then from there moved into Maboneng, where we had a bigger space.
I remember that too.
We were there for not too long, but the area just didn't work for us. Maboneng didn't deliver what it said it was going to deliver.
Because you moved at that time when Maboneng was like very popular and everyone was going there.
But we were also on the wrong side of Maboneng. We couldn't get space on the right street. And then we moved to Craig Hall, and we were there for a while up until COVID hit. And yeah, after a while, I had decided to just close the business because of a couple of things, really. I mean,
So close the business or close the shop?
sorry, scale down the business
Okay.
and close the shop.
Okay.
Yeah, just a couple of issues. So, by the way, as you know, I do work, and I had people running the store
business
for me,
for you, yeah.
but it was just not working out with those people, unfortunately. And I decided, no, let me scale down, and then I'll figure out how to manage everything on my own, which is what I'm still doing now.
Yes, yeah. Which is that's why I call you my boss. Because like honestly, I just feel like you are such a boss. Like the fact that you are able to make. I feel like for me, you always very like you make executive decisions, and you're so strict at the way you make your decisions. It's just like this ain't working for me, let me stop. Whereas there are other people who would like force issues and still force to have.
It hasn't always been like that.
I think so. Maybe we're gonna touch on the business a little bit. So in terms of your business, so you did the pleats, you did the skirts, and then you had this successful, sensational business that we all love. Guys, if you are a fan of Gelideli and you know her from day one, please comment and tell us about your favorite piece. Maybe we might do a giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now, you actually reminded me of this video. I'm gonna share it with you of Tom Hanks, where he's sitting around the table with Jamie Foxx and some other actors there. I don't know if you've seen it before.
I think I've seen it. Yeah.
I think he says
Tom Hanks.
Yes. He says something about if you think you have it all figured out.
I'll put it on a video. Yeah.
But basically, things change.
Yeah.
Wow. In the phase that I'm in right now.
Yeah.
I'm not able to, I suppose, perform at the level that I would like to perform from my business perspective. Okay. So I'm just taking it easy until I get back to that point again. I don't want my business to feel like a chore because I really started it as a fun project. Yeah. I keep telling a lot of people this, that I just wanted to make people the clothes that I wear. Like I just wanted to make clothes that I like.
I love that.
So you'll see that sometimes I may make items that are not on trend, something that is different, and that's mainly because I just want to make people clothes that I like. That's what I just wanted to share with people. Not necessarily. It wasn't really just about making money. So I think I just need to get back to that place where it doesn't feel like a chore anymore. Okay. And I know I will get. I mean, it's not the first time I felt this way.
It's not the first time.
It's not the first time that I felt this way.
So it feels heavy.
It's just heavy right now.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, I'll find my feet again and come back. But the business is still there. It's still running. You can still buy stuff online, but I'm just not pushing it as much as I used to before. Yeah.
Because like before you would like sell out within minutes. And then you would have a new range and then you'd be, so I get what you mean.
I'm taking it slow, very slow.
But I think for me the important message there is the fact that as much as we all need the bread, guys, and we need the money and we need this and we need that, but sometimes when something starts feeling heavy on you, it's okay to also just, and not let go completely. But like just take a little bit of a step back
and embrace the season you're in. And then time will tell. Things will change, and then you'll get back to where you need to get back to. To keep going. Again.
You just need that moment to just recoup.
I'm just I'm just re-energizing right now.
Yeah. So besides being my boss. I call you my boss. I hope you know that.
I saw that when you were talking about your camera.
Oh yes, this is the boss that borrowed me her camera. She is my boss, guys. So like, what did I want to say? Besides being my boss and being this, corporate lady who's doing so well and has so many young people looking up to them, and also owning the business. What do you do for fun? Lungi. I know you do a lot.
I don't really do a lot. But what I do for fun, I cycle.
Yes.
You know that part.
Yeah.
So I am a cyclist, and I'm trying to be a stronger cyclist this year.
Yeah.
I just did my Cape Town cycle tour. Was it 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
My first one, which was amazing.
Yeah. So you went to Cape Town.
Went to Cape Town. We cycled an entire 109 kilometers.
Oh my goodness! Is that what keeps you fit?
I would say so. Not really. So remember, last year I was actually studying, which is something that I'm actually gonna go.
Oh
to
yeah.
So I didn't have time to cycle at all.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's what keeps me fit, but that's the only thing that I sort of do to train my body.
Yeah.
If anything.
To move your body.
To move my body.
Yeah.
To move my body.
Yeah.
I love. So I spend all my money on my home. Like
Yes.
I love
Guys, in the comment section again, can we bully Lungi to give us a tour of her closet? Just your closet. One day.
Okay, next.
Not today.
Yeah, one day.
One day, yeah.
I promise.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Actually, she promised me when she was still building it, and I was like, Lungi, please, I want to see your house. Even before I had a YouTube channel, I was like, I just want to come see. And she was like, one day, I'll invite you.
Soon. Yeah, like I spend all my money just like renovating my house. I love my space. It's my sanctuary. I spend a lot of time there.
Can you give me a little pictures to attach as well? Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna give you like a little before and after.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Amazing. Yeah.
So I mean, it's not where I want it to be.
Yeah.
Money runs out.
I know.
This is a very expensive hobby.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy traveling. Oh yes, I'm going to Amsterdam to see Asha next month.
Next month.
Which month are we in? Yeah. Next month in April.
Yeah.
So I love traveling. I
Me
found
too.
a really nice group of friends that also love
Oh,
traveling.
the ones you went to USA with?
Yes, those ladies.
Amazing.
So I'm going with them again now.
Okay.
Yeah, man. What else do I like?
You just love living a fabulous
I just
life.
love, But I also, I'm very much of a homebody. I love spending time at
That's
home.
true,
I'm always at home.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm trying to make it my sanctuary.
Yes.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also just love reigniting myself and studying and learning new things. So I'm currently, I've pivoted. I was on my journey of completing an MBA.
Okay.
But I'm changing into a master's in something else.
So you started an MBA, but now you
Yes.
realize that actually it's not
No,
what
I want to
do.
pivot. Yeah, so
Okay.
I want to go more into digital strategies.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Yeah, the course I'm going to be doing now leans more to that.
Okay.
Yeah. So this year I'm unfortunately repeating
Some subjects.
Some subjects.
Which is okay.
It happens,
right?
guys.
It happens.
Yes. To the best of us. So
Yeah.
up until August, and then in October, then I'm gonna be doing my master's.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what keeps me
Okay,
busy.
so after you got just to go back a little bit to your studies, because you did a diploma,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you also went and studied something else.
Yeah. So I have the diploma in multimedia and digital graphic design, and then I have a degree in marketing.
Yeah.
And now, yes, I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yeah. That's so nice.
So, which is it's a master's in philosophy.
Yeah.
Strategy.
Strategy. Yeah. Okay. And then would you do a PhD? Because
No.
Imelda was like, she wants to do a PhD.
I don't want to do a PhD. In fact, my boss was like, Lungi, do you really need to do this? Because now you're going to want to do a PhD. I'm like,
Yeah.
girl, that is not for me. So funny enough, I remember, like I said, I wanted to do an MBA. It's because my surname starts with MBA.
Oh yeah.
So whenever I wrote down my surname, I was always like, yay, I should be having an MBA next to my name. It was like, Jay, just a passion thing.
Yeah.
Not even something that I felt like I really needed to do in terms of my career.
Yeah.
But now it's actually inspired something else. And I think, now I'm actually going in the right direction. I'm doing what I need to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's possible. Sometimes people ask me how I juggle YouTube, being a mom, being a wife. I was like, we have 24 hours. We all just choose our different passions, guys. Different passions, and we use our times differently. So you can actually get it done.
You can get it done, Sissy. I don't know how I survived last year.
Yeah.
I don't know how I survived last year, but obviously I had quit cycling, so I had a bit of time.
Yeah.
Because I used to go to school on Thursdays to Sundays.
Oh my goodness, yes, I remember weekends you'd be like at school.
I would be at school. I still had a business to run. I had a job to run. I was building a team that time. We had to do like a proof of value.
Yes, yeah.
So we really needed to work hard to get our stakeholder buy-in so that we can get like more resources into the team. So it was actually quite intense. But I mean, like you said, we all have, you know, the same hours in the
But like, do you have like a special message for someone young who's looking at you? And also there's this whole thing of, oh, I'm old, I should be married, I should have kids, I should have a career, I should have this and that. Do you really have to have it all? And what would you say like to someone young who's watching this video? Or even like not even young, old, you know? Anyone can be motivated.
You've asked me so many questions in one day, hasn't it?
Askies!
So what I could say to a young person though who's watching me and thinking, oh my gosh, how do I get there?
Yeah.
Just apply your mind, right? And be intentional about the journey that you want to embark on.
Yeah.
And just work at it. That's all you need to do.
Yeah.
You can't just sit there and imagine something but not put in the work.
Yeah.
I have to put in the work, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know, some have it easier than others.
That's
some
true.
have resources that others don't have, unfortunately. But what I can promise you is that you would get to what you work towards. You know, there may be disappointments along the way. We all get those disappointments. Like we were talking about failure, actually. Like I'm repeating modules this year. Because, I mean, it's part of our journey. We don't always get, you know, everything right all the time. But just apply your mind, work at it, you will get it.
I think because just the age and the time, like, do you have to have it all? Yeah, do you have to have, like, you know?
Sana, no, you don't have to have it all. And I was one of those people who always wanted to have it all.
Yeah.
Me, I love a comfortable life. I just want to have everything. I think growing up, I didn't really have everything, but I had everything that I needed. So I always had stuff that, you know, that I needed in my life.
Yeah.
And then growing up, I mean, I suppose growing up as an adult, those needs also change. And it's not stuff that is, you know, easily reachable. For example, you make an example of kids and marriage.
Yes.
It's not something that I could on my own work towards achieving.
Yeah.
So
Lungi, I like that, because like honestly sometimes we think like when people think about marriage and kids, they think like they can actually achieve like on their own. You actually need.
No, I mean, it's not something you can. You know, you can. There are certain things that you could try and work on. If you, there's a lady that I follow on TikTok. I'm forgetting her name now. Who's intentional about dating and finding the right person. I think it's. I mean, it helps for her to put in that effort. But there's another component to it that you cannot control. You absolutely cannot control. You know, what other people do.
You can control what you meet.
Yeah, the people you meet. You can control what you do. You can work towards it. Yeah. So I think in life we just need to be okay that, you know, there are certain things that we can't control, and that's just how life is, unfortunately.
So I think maybe in closing, you can just share your favorite Bible verse and your
favorite
quote.
Okay, I'll start with my favorite quote. I sent you the video, so if you wanna.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's like an actual, but it's something that I've heard someone say. So on an interview where Tom Hanks is speaking to like your Jamie Foxx and a couple of other actors, he just talks about how things change, right? You know, we all go through different seasons, and sometimes, you know, you may have stuff figured out, and then things may change, and you don't know where you're at. So he just talks about that, and then at the end he says, "Time is your ally. If anything, just wait. Things will change. They will change. So which is what I keep holding on to, because I remember there were instances where I would struggle with certain things and I could not see myself coming out of those situations, but things actually just work out at the end. It's a season. Things do change. So that is the quote. And then the verse, this is one of my favorite verses because it took me through a lot. I just had a very bad year. I think it was a couple of years actually, between 2015 and 2017.
Yeah.
And I remember when things just turned around in 2018, and the verse that I kept on thinking of that year was a verse, it's Joel 2 verse 25, which says, I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust has eaten. And I felt like I was just going through this immense restoration of my life, of everything that had happened, you know, in the prior years. I felt like I was getting renewed, you know, everything that I had lost was just coming back. And it was really my season of restoration. So that verse really carried me through that year. So that's that.
But I think just like in closing, I just want to say thank you so much, Lungi, for coming. And I had said this, but then our camera had stopped recording, so I don't know if we do have the clip. But I think one of the things that I love and my family love, because Lungi is not known only by me but my older sister as well, Imelda, and something that we always talk about is just like how much of, like, she's such a giver, guys. Like, she's so giving, and it's not just like, you know, I think you also give with your time, and like, you know, she gives me clothes, she gives me her time, she gave me my life right now. Kind of.
I'm your sponsor.
Yeah, she's my sponsor. But like, basically, you know, even when I was in the time of need where I'm like, oh, Lungi, I need a job or whatever, you know, she was able to sort of like help me and, you know, push me into the right direction. So thank you so much for your heart and for being such a giver and for being who you are. So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I know.
No. I think I was saying, because obviously we may have lost the clip. That for me, I didn't realize that people know this about me, or they realize it about me. But for me, giving feels like, when you give, it always comes back to you. But it may come back in different ways and forms. It may come back through how people support you. It may come back through just how great your life just plays out, you know. So and I've seen that through, you know, the love that people give me. Like I was saying to you earlier, I don't keep a lot of friends, but I have so many people who support me when I need, you know, I'm in need of the support. So it's just one of those things for me. But I'm grateful, and you know, the fact that you've noticed that about me.
We always say it.
I'm really intentional about it.
All right, thank you so much, Lungi, for making
Thank you for having me.
So cool. I feel like I now know her better. So when we're in the office, I'm like, hey, she's still my boss. Okay, so I can't.
We can't roll like that.
We can't roll like that.
The next thing will be accused of favoritism.
That's true. We're not friends, guys. She's just my boss. She's a boss lady. I love her so much, and respect her a lot as well. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye. Please subscribe and like this vlog and support Nzali.
And share it.
Yes, and share it.
Yeah. And also, please follow Gelideli. Although,
they can follow me on Instagram. A lot of people are always asking me why my page is private. Let me address it,
please.
Because my page is private, guys. You'll get there and you'll be like, is she running a legit business? Yes, I'm running a legit business.
How old is the business? 10 years old?
It's about 11 years.
Yeah, 11 years.
Yeah, it's about 11 years. My page is just private because what tends to happen is that, I don't know if you've seen those online boutiques that replicate a lot of South African designers' clothing. So a couple of years ago, I just made a decision to make my page private. I know it limits me, you know, in my business from growing. But like, remember I said, I'm not really doing the business. I'm not running the business.
Oh man.
Purely from a financial perspective. So I can take it. I can take it, but it still works. So don't be shocked when you get to my page and you find that it is private. Gelideli fashion.
Gelideli fashion.
House.
Yes.
Gelideli.
So creative. And then your sister has Gelideli cakes.
Gelideli cakes.
Cakes, so it's a family thing. It's a family name.
No, little sisters tend to copy older sisters. and that's what you did in this case. I'm sorry. That's true. Yeah.
We copy a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, guys. I think that's the end of it. Bye.
Bye.
With you, my soul feels right.